What up, Dokkaners? Today we are going to be doing a Dragonstone count for the upcoming Resurrection F celebration. This is going to be an approximation of what we can expect to see for the upcoming Global Dokkan festivities. We are going to be looking at the JP side of the game, how their celebration played out, and we're going to try to estimate and approximate how many we can expect. So there will be some variables here, which we will go over in just a minute. But first, I want to say a couple of things. Number one, in my last video, I said that I would talk about the new pieces of news that Global got, and of course, I didn't. So there's your daily dose of Toon L. You're welcome. And secondly, before we dive in, I would like to do a subscriber challenge. I don't do these too often because I just don't really want to be doing these every single time. So we are going to be once again bringing back the subscriber challenge, and we're going to be doing an audio subscriber challenge. So for those of you who wish to participate, feel free to take a listen. You have to figure out which Pokemon this is. That is your big hint. This is a Pokemon. So if you can tell which cry this is, here we go. Let me raise the volume. Here we go. All right, I'm going to play it one more time for you in case you missed that. So there you have it. That is your subscriber challenge. If you know who that is, then be sure to leave the name in the comments down below. And if you win the subscriber challenge, then you got to subscribe to the channel. That's it. Yeah, that's all it is. You got a good ear. I want you on the team. You got to subscribe today. But if you don't want to, or you simply couldn't figure out the subscriber challenge, that is okay. I will earn your subscription on the next video. So now let's take a look at the news, starting with the Cold-Blooded King and the Tech Ginyu Goku. Cold-Blooded King. So the Super Strike event renewal for this one is going to be King Cold. During the Resurrection F celebration, there were actually two renewals that JP received. Part 1 gave them Mecha Frieza. Part 2 was King Cold. Since we already have Mecha Frieza, King Cold is going to be our Part 1. Is there going to be a Part 2? Who knows? But this guy is another unit to add to the ever-expanding Wicked Bloodline universe, which is just a dominant category at this point. Let me actually pull up what he actually does. He doesn't do anything too spectacular, but he is still a serviceable free-to-play unit. So let me go get him, and also the... Let me also get the Ginyu Goku. So we'll do that, and Wicked Bloodline. Perfect. Okay. So here is King Cold, and then Planet Namek Saga. Let's go to Goku Ginyu. All right. So for King Cold, with his EZA, he is a blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about the leader. Greatly raises attack and defense, causes supreme, lowers attack and defense. Attack and defense plus 100, plus an additional key, plus 3. Attack and defense plus 50 per Wicked Bloodline. No. And Wicked Bloodline, excuse me. Category allies, attack and defense plus 25%. When HP is 50% or more. All enemies attack minus 25. There it is. Defense minus 50, plus an additional defense plus 100. Medium chance of sealing all enemies attacks when your team has an ally whose name includes Frieza attacking in the same turn. And there is a Pure Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans category enemy. So a lot has to happen for this defense plus 100 and the group seal to take place. But that's a pretty crazy effect. We don't have too many group seal units, so having a pretty strict condition makes sense. Plus an additional attack plus 50% when the target enemy is sealed. So this is actually really good, because when you nerf the enemies down the way that you do with an attack minus 25 and you seal them, that is a pretty significant dose of, or reduction of damage. So I do like this unit's abilities. It is a little bit strict, but that's just how it is. It's a free to play. So this is going to be a fun unit to bring on Super Battle Road primarily. And then looking at the Ginyu Goku EZA. So this is something that global players could not have asked for at a better time. This unit is going to help you. For those of you struggling with the special pose category mission against Cell Max, this is going to make your lives a lot more consistent, or a lot easier, which is saying something given that it's still going to be pretty tough. But this is going to make your Ginyu Force runs a lot easier with special pose, because the support that this unit brings is insane. Of course, he is still a liability defensively, but he's a good unit. Key plus 4, 130% for Ginyu Force. Greatly raised attack and defense. Causes Colossal. Greatly raised attack and defense. Causes Mega Colossal. Raises extreme class category allies attack by 30% for 1 turn. This means a lot, especially when special pose does extra damage against Cell Max. This is very important. Then you got key plus 3 attack and defense plus 59, plus an additional attack and defense plus 10 up to 59 per Ginyu Force category ally on the team. Extreme class allies attack and defense plus 30%. Ginyu Force category allies attack and defense plus 29 in addition. So yeah, big fat support for Ginyu Force. This will make special pose a little bit better. Also on top of that, Jocko is going to be the banner unit from the Resurrection F Dokkan Fest banner, which for those of you who are summoning, you might pull him. He can also help you out on special pose. So there you have it. But now let's actually go through the celebration details. So we'll start with the JP's login. So login for them was about 29 days. If we compare this to last year, or year 5's thank you celebration, which is what we did in the previous video, then the window is pretty much the same, about 28 to 29 days. So we're going to go ahead and count that as 29 days. Also, I do want to point out, when it comes to Dragonstone count videos, there are a lot of variables to consider. Rounding and calculation. I could be a dummy and I could mess up my math. Schedule changes that displace certain events. Certain events that you would expect to see might not necessarily be there. Random social media campaigns, extra, things that we just can't account for. Extra stones for uncounted events or incomplete missions. If you're new or you haven't done certain missions, you might be getting extra stones for certain things. So there's several things to take note of when doing these sort of approximation videos. So now let's just take a look at the breakdown here. The daily login, we're just going to say 29 days. That's how it was on JP. Pretty close to the thank you from year 5. So we're just going to say 25 or 29. For the special missions, I went through and I did the due diligence looking at the total stones that we get from these special missions. We'll count. We're not counting part 2. We're only counting part 1. So this doesn't count. So we're going to say from right here, 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. Wait, what? Hold on. I miscounted. I missed one. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. There you go. 11 Dragonstones total from the special missions. So we have that right there. Then we've got the new Dokkan event for the new event, the new character, obviously. So that's going to be 2 new Dragonstones as the 2 new difficulties. King Cold Super Strike event renewal. It's standard practice. You get 20 Dragonstones for Super Strike event renewals. Again, like I said, Mecha Frieza was on JP. So Global is getting King Cold for part 1. Could there be a part 2? I don't know. Then we've got a new Ultimate Clash. I'm fairly confident we're going to be getting this one. I don't think that they would change that up. So Ultimate Clash is here. I don't put an asterisk on anything on it. I did put an asterisk on the login because the login could be different. We'll have to wait and see. But the new Clash, it's about 30 Dragonstones, which typically is what it is for Ultimate Clashes. It's like between 30 to 33. This one specifically, I counted 31. Then for the Ginyu Goku Easy area. So for this one, we're basically counting all of the mission rewards that we see on the JP side. So if we look here, you get 1 Dragonstone for clearing the new stage. Then you get 6 more, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6. So 7 total Dragonstones for completing the mission and getting all the Extreme Z Awakening levels complete. So that's going to be 7 Dragonstones right there. We don't have the missions released yet. So, just to be thorough, I'm going to put a star, but it doesn't matter. Then Golden Frieza Easy Ace. You might have seen this as we were skimming down through the list here. Golden Frieza's Easy A does occur during the Resurrection F for JP. Will Global get it? Maybe. Probably. Makes sense. So 30 Dragonstones for the 30 levels, plus the extra 4 here for the missions. So that's going to give you 34 Dragonstones. I put 2 asterisks there because it hasn't been revealed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be there. And then Extreme Super Battle Road has also yet to be announced. We are not long overdue, but we are very much behind JP, so it would make total sense for us to get another one. Plus, thematically, it makes sense. Movie Heroes would be next, since we just got Universe 6. Movie Heroes would be the next Super Battle Road, which means 1 Dragonstone for clearing that, and then another 7 for getting the mission complete. So that's going to be 8 Dragonstones for Extreme Super Battle Roads. So we have 8 right there. And then lastly, we've got the World Tournament. Now, the World Tournament has not dropped on Global in quite some time, and I believe not on JP either, so it's been a little while for both versions. There could be some sort of a World Tournament revamp potentially happening. Maybe. I don't know. I'm inclined to think that we're going to be receiving one because we are long overdue, but there's always the chance that we don't for whatever reason. But if we want to include that, which I'm going to, that's 50 Dragonstones. World Tournaments, while most of you may hate it because it's boring and, it's very tedious, the fact is you can get a ton of stones from it, especially if you don't go hardcore like me. You can get 50 Dragonstones from a single World Tournament. So if you do all the missions, you will get all of the rewards, and it is worth it. So with all of that said, how many stones can we expect from part 1 alone? We're not factoring in part 2. We are accounting for the different variables, so I have 3 different totals for you. Total number 1, if we just count the 1-star events, we don't count anything else, that is basically 100 stones. And then, well, spoiler alert, we'll just scroll down here. I already covered it or showed it. And then for the second total, which is if we were to factor in all of the 2-star events, Golden Frieza, Extreme Super Battle Road, we are getting 142 Dragonstones. And if we count the World Tournament, that brings our total to 192, which means almost 200 Dragonstones can be yours from this world or from this Resurrection F celebration if things happen basically exactly as it did on JP. And if you do all of the missions for every single thing that I listed, which is a good amount, especially considering that most of you are strongly considering skipping this banner. And yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal, right? Because one of the issues for Global was the fact that there were so many hype banners, one after the other. People had no time to save, no time to gain any stones back. This is going to be your golden opportunity to gain some of those stones back and save. So this is a nice opportunity for Global players. We'll have to wait and see just how many stones exactly we're going to be receiving and what the fate of part 2 is going to be. Part 2 with the Golden Frieza banner, a possible other Super Strike event renewal, maybe another Extreme Super Battle Royale, Golden Frieza Sorbet, sub Easy Ace for the Vegeta Blues. We have to get this. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens moving forward. But there you have it, folks. That is your approximation for today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you were to round this up to just 200 to make it easy on yourself. How many stones would your total stone count be if you were to add 200 to the total? And once again, just the same question that I ask as I've been doing in a lot of videos. What is your #1 goal in terms of summoning? What is the one banner that you are focused on right now that you are saving your stones for? Let's see what everyone's answers are in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know when to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.